you want a 5-way carry this league, or you want to do it for the first time. You want to be an aura bot with 13 auras on less than 10 divs. Or maybe you want to sling that wand and be the carry, like this guy. Well, you're in the right spot because my buddy and I decided to do 5-way carries for the first time. Neither of us have never done it. This is our experience. Let's get right into it. So here's the rub. You're going to need some currency to get this started. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not that bad for the ore bot, but it's a lot of currency for the carry because you're going to need a headhunter. You're going to need Nemesis. And you're going to need like really expensive cluster jewels. You're going to have to spend, a substantial amount just on the ring and the belt. And that doesn't count the other 50 div that you're going to have to spend on clusters and bows and gear and explodey chest. It gets really expensive really fast. The good news is for the aura bot, all of our uniques are cheap as hell. All the gems are cheap as hell. Everything is just really cheap until you get done with the mid-tier. And then you realize that you're going to have to sell your house and your firstborn to get a hubris circlet with 15% aura effect, and it's going to cost you 100 div. I'm going to have to sell my wife. It gets very expensive very quickly. But the good news is, this is great news. You can do the mid-tier in the POB that I'm going to link in the description, and I'll link my carries POB as well. You can do that on 10 div, and we got 13 auras. Yeah. Plus 1 divine blessing.
And he got divine blessing.
And, we're putting in a respectable 9,500 kills, and it's great. So let me give you the pros, right? Great pros. Not cons, but pros. Why you should do this. Number 1, it's easy money. It's probably the easiest money you're going to make in Path of Exile. Is the investment up front a bit daunting? Yeah, it is. But man, you get it back pretty quick. This screenshot is from 2 days of just casually farming with my friend Squall, who is our carry. And as you can see, we've made back a substantial amount of what we invested into this whole venture. Not to mention timeless jewels. The timeless jewels you see there don't even, we have quadruple that, even more. Number 2, playing with a friend. I realize that not every PoE player has somebody to play with, but if you do, you should give this a try because it is a lot of fun. If you can grind out and get the headhunter, I wholly recommend that you try it. Number 3, it's a very simple strat. Literally, all I do as the aura bot is we'll just imagine that this is the circle. You dash out, you dash in. It's so easy. Dash out, dash back in. You do that over and over as fast as you possibly can, and your carry just kills everything. Because every time the ring resets, a new set of mobs drop, and they all just get annihilated in 2 seconds, and then you rinse and repeat. It's as simple as that. And you make tons and tons of div. Number 4, there is always a group of people looking to get carried in 5 ways. Seldom did we have to sit on TFT and spam for clients. Every once in a while, there are slow days and whatnot. And you do kind of have to compete with a fairly sizable amount of people who are doing the same thing. But even with 9,500 kills, we still had people coming in droves to give us their div so that I hate stuttering, so that they could get easy experience. Now I want to talk about the cons, right? And there's definitely some cons. Con number 1, the upfront investment is kind of insane. The average PoE player isn't going to get a headhunter every league. And so that's why it's kind of a group effort. That's what me and my buddy did. We combined forces. We got a headhunter. and we progressed from there. Number 2, as simple as the strat is, doing this for hours on end, it's kind of boring. Yeah, you can put a movie on, but you really want to be as focused as possible, so you're hitting your resets as efficiently as possible. Because regardless of the amount of kills that you're giving, you're still providing a service. And me personally, I would like to provide the best service that I possibly can, because returning customers are wonderful. Number 3, TFT. Oh, look, there's my boy right there. He has an aura bot for hire since I'm doing editing tonight. But you know, that's my homie. It's you know, it's TFT. You know, if I didn't have to be on TFT, I wouldn't be on TFT. But we do have to sit here. We do have to wait for clients to hit us up. We have to take their money. We have to provide a good service. You know, it's just it's an extra step. You know, we have to re-up on fragments all the time to make sure that we have a sufficient amount. Because, you know, if one of us dies before 1 minute, we have to provide a free run. That's one of our guarantees, as is with most 5-way carries. And beyond that, there's really not much that is kind of bad about doing the 5-way carry, besides the high investment cost. Me and him, we've had an absolute blast doing this together. We've made a lot of div. He's taken the lion's share of it because his investment was considerably higher than mine. But this is what I've ended up with, just casually, you know, doing it. We did it for 2 days on the weekend, and we did it Monday and Tuesday. When I say casually, I mean very casually. 10 to 15 runs a night, maybe. Sometimes a little less than that. And I mean, I have div enough for 3 or 4 builds that I have ideas for this league. So in my eyes, I honestly have to give this strat I have to give this strat an A+. It's a lot of fun. You play with a friend, you work together. It's easy, albeit monotonous currency revenue. You know, upwards of 20 div an hour if you're like hyper efficient and you have a group that really wants to stay with you, and it makes the whole process a lot easier. When you have people moving in and out constantly, you know, somebody leaves, you have to pick somebody else up. Somebody screws up a run, you know, whatever. You know, it just makes things a lot easier and smoother. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening to the experience that my friend and I had doing our first 5-way carry service. It was a ton of fun, and I highly recommend it for anyone that does any kind of group play, because it really is a blast. If you like this type of content, you like my video, you like listening to my voice, if you feel so inclined, I would love to have your sub and or like and comment, whichever one you prefer. And I will see you guys in the next upload. Take care of yourselves and be good.